Salam to everyone. Hi to everyone. Yeah, my name is Sayyid and I firmly believe in human rights. I'm an activist. I believe in democracy. I believe in freedom of speech. And, and today, I will exercise my constitutional right to speak like a free man. So my words, whatever my words are, they are my own. And I have been whipped so many times that I even don't care anymore. So I will speak like a free man. It is an honor for me to come here to show solidarity and support not only with Palestinian people, but also those brothers and sisters who are being oppressed here in Canada, my native brothers and sisters, where kids were sent to residential schools. So today also a day to show solidarity with them. Today is a day to show solidarity with hundreds and thousands of Kashmiri people who are living in an Indian occupied territory, who are fighting for their rights, and they are giving their lives. Today is day to show solidarity with people in Iraq who lost 1 million lives on the name of war on terror in a country which had nothing to deal with 9/11. Should I mention Syria? Should I mention Libya? Should I mention Burma? Should I mention Sri Lanka? List can go on and on. So as Sheikh mentioned, it is day of solidarity not only with Palestinian people, it is showing solidarity with all the oppressed communities globally. I am an anti-war person. I believe in Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ was not pro-war. He was anti-war. He was pro-peace. He was pro-compassion. He was pro-love. So having said those words, it entitles me to say that those people who are fighting against oppression, who are fighting against illegal occupation in Palestine, they are freedom fighters. They are not terrorists. My red salute to them. We cannot do justice with the cause of Palestine just saying that I am pro-Palestine and I do not have courage to oppress. I do not have courage to condemn Israel war crimes. Two things: we should not be munafiq. Munafiq is like a hypocrite. There is a chapter in Holy Quran with the name Al-Munafiqun. So we should not be munafiq. We should be very clear. Either on this side, either on that side. There is one party which is oppressing the Palestinian people, and Palestinian people are being oppressed, so they are not equal. And sometimes we are hesitant to say that because we have fear that we will lose our political support. We will lose our votes. So we should speak like free people. Let me share my story, my experience, that what consequences you can face in Canadian politics if you dare show the Israel war crimes and you talk about that. I was seeking nomination from NDP in a riding to run in federal election, in a riding where I was a clear winner in my party nomination. Brother Mahmood Mawani was a witness. So all of a sudden, I received a call from federal NDP office. They were telling me your comments about Israel war crimes, they are anti-Semitic. I asked that lady that when I criticize human rights conditions in Iraq, in Pakistan, in Iran, in Saudi Arabia, you do not consider me as anti-Muslim, do you? She had no answer. So she said, we have some political things, and I say, I do not believe in political things, I believe in my conscience. So there were two options, and later on I found that I am not the only one. From East Coast to West Coast, I am just an ordinary guy. From East Coast to West Coast, there were 30 people who were restricted because of their pro-Palestine sentiments. You guys must know the Sandra Azokar, Bruce Baker, Paul Manley, Morgan Wilden, you name it. I was the only Muslim guy, and I'm just Muslim by name, not a very practicing kind of Muslim, but I believe in Palestinian rights. So, thank you. So, there were two options, either to surrender, either to be like a puppet, or stand up and fight for your right. And I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter by nature. So I feel pride in that we returned favor back to Mr. Malkier who is very pro-Israel, who was pro-Israel, and in federal NDP convention in Edmonton, he was thrown out of the party. He could not get even 48% votes. And it happens to leader, it happened to Margaret Thatcher long time ago. It happens to leader when they become dictators. When leaders become dictators, we should change them as we change diapers. So now, let me share with you the liberal and conservative love for Israel. They consider Israel is an innocent state. I call Israel as an apartheid, a terrorist state. So there was an anti-BDS motion which was passed in the presence or absence of our so-called Muslim member of parliament. It's a shame for me, and I feel more pride and more proud for those people who are non-Muslims, who listened to their conscience and they chose to be on the right side of the history. And they voted no to this anti-Palestine or anti-BDS motion. BDS is boycott, divestments and sanction on Israeli products, and it is the only progressive, peaceful, democratic movement which is a global movement to put pressure on Israel to stop their violence against innocent Palestinians. So I hope we all should support it. And there is a way to do it. How we can help these oppressed communities? Number one thing, vote. This election, first time 70% Canadians voted. And let me share with you, if I'm not wrong, I came to know that Muslim population, they are 7% of Canadian population. And this election, first time, 95% of Muslim people voted. So your vote in democratic world, your votes counts. Go and ask Amarjeet Sohi wouldn't win if 5,000 Muslim people who are living in Millwoods wouldn't vote him. So vote is very important. Whether it is municipal, provincial or federal politics, do cast your votes. Do not be crabs in the basket. Just join the forces who can work together for oppressed communities. Be involved. Every political party I'm sharing with you, they make their party policies in the convention. Most of us, we don't like to go there. But if we go there, we get involved, we propose resolutions like BDS, and make sure, do lobbying, and make sure your voice is being listened and your voice is being heard. Thank you. Rex,